Okay, let's start question number 1. Here, the formula used is sin inverse x plus cos inverse x is equal to pi by 2. Every time I will put a curly bracket in the formula. So it means both the brackets are equal. X minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 4 and so on equal to x square minus x to the power 4 by 2 plus x to the power 6 by 4 and so on. Take it to the side, x common, 1 minus x square by 2 common, 1 minus x square plus x cube by 4 common, 1 minus x cube and so on. From each bracket, 1 minus x is common. We get x minus x square by 2 into 1 plus x and plus x cube by 4 into 1 plus x square and so on equal to 0. This implies x equal to 1. Option B. Any doubt? The formula used is sin inverse x plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2. Okay. Got it? Good. X equal to 1 is the answer. Option B. Any doubt? Please ask. Next one. No, we can't use the infinite GP. It is not at all infinite GP. Okay. So you can't use infinite GP. We use only sin inverse x plus cos inverse equal to pi by 2. Okay, Swaz, I'll give you 1 minute time. Got it? Good. I'll go a little slow. No problem. I'll go slow. Once you say yes, then only I'll move to the next problem. Yes, good. Next one. Here. So first of all, sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine theta cos theta. This is formula 1. Next one is sine inverse x is equal to cos inverse root 1 minus x square. Third one, cos inverse x is equal to sine inverse under root of 1 minus x square. So these are the 3 formulas we use. We take this as a theta, we get sine 2 theta is equal to 2 sine inverse 4 by 5 into cos sine inverse 4 by 5. We can use the triangle also. This is 4, this is 5, this is 3. So this becomes 2 into fourth formula. What we are using is sine of sine inverse x is equal to x. So we use 2 into 4 by 5 into cos of cos inverse 3 by 5, which will give you 2 into 4 by 5 into 3 by 5. 4 3s are told 24 by 25, which is equal to 0.96. Okay, we have used the 4 formulas. I'll repeat. Sin 2 theta is 2 sin theta cos theta. Sin inverse x is cos inverse under root of 1 minus x square. Cos inverse x equal to sin inverse under root of 1 minus x square. Fourth one, sine of sin inverse x is equal to x. Similarly, fifth one also you write down. Cos of cos inverse x equal to x. Both in which interval? When x lies between -1 to +1. I'll give you 2 minutes of time to write down. Every problem I'll write, keep on writing the formulae. So please write all the formulae on right hand side of your notebook. Once Aviel says yes, I will put the next one. Done. Hi, wow. Avikal Gupta became robo. Done, done. Next. I'll wait. One lollipop student is there, still not completed. Vaidehi, good. Vaidehi, which campus you are? Yelanka, good. Okay. I'm just asking. Done. Next one. Example 2. Before I proceed, we write tan 2 theta, sorry, sine 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Your trigonometry is revised. Cos 2 theta is 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. That is cos 2 theta. Okay. Similarly, tan 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. These are three formulae. So we apply A equal to tan theta, tan alpha, sorry, and B is equal to tan beta. So we get sine inverse 2 tan alpha upon 1 plus tan square alpha cos inverse 1 minus tan square beta upon 1 plus tan square beta. This will give you alpha minus beta is equal to 2x. Sorry, 2 alpha I'll get. This is 2 alpha, this is 2 beta. Correct? Why? Because this is nothing but sine 2 alpha. So this is equal to sine 2 alpha. You get 2 alpha. So we get alpha minus beta is equal to x. Okay, what is alpha? Tan inverse A minus tan inverse B equal to x. So again, one more formula I used is tan inverse A minus tan inverse B is equal to tan inverse A minus B by 1 plus AB. Correct? So we get A minus B by 1 plus AB is equal to x. I repeat, what are the formulas used? Sin 2 theta is 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Cos 2 theta is 1 minus tan square theta by 1 plus tan square theta. Tan 2 theta is 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. Tan inverse A minus tan inverse B is tan inverse A minus B by 1 plus AB. So which option is correct now? Option D. So this is one formula, this is two formula, this is 3-1, and this is fourth one. These are the four formulas are used in this problem. Done. Good. Example 4. Clear? Okay, 1 minute. Share 1 minute. Okay, I'll undo. Done. Good. 1 minute. Okay, ayo, sorry. I'll undo once again. JS done. Done. Good. Yes, please. It's a very interesting problem. If you take the triangle, this is y, this under root of 1 plus y square, obviously this will be 1. So this can be written as tan inverse x plus tan inverse 1 by y equal to, take another triangle. In books, lot of formulas are there, nothing. You go to the basics, you'll understand. This is tan inverse 3. So tan inverse 1 by y is the danger. So we write tan inverse 1 by this side, tan inverse 3 minus tan inverse x. This can be written as tan inverse 3 minus x by 1 plus 3x is equal to tan inverse 1 by y. Next step, we can remove both. We can write 1 by y equal to 3 minus x by 1 plus 3x, or y equal to 1 plus 3x by 3 minus x. Most important point, number of positive integral solutions. Okay, take x equal to 1. So what we get? 1 plus 3 by 2. So y. So y equal to how much? 2. Possible. Next you take, I'm writing on the top here, x equal to 2. So what we get? Y is equal to 3 2s are 6 plus 7, and 3 minus 2 is equal to 7. X equal to 3 onwards, not possible. So we get ordered pairs 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 7. Only 2 ordered pairs are possible. Number of solutions will be B. 2, sorry. No other ordered pairs. Here x is also integer, y also integer. You put any value, it won't satisfy further after x equal to 3 or 4, whatever may be. If you put 4, you get y negative. Okay, but he said number of positive integral solutions. So only 2 ordered pairs are possible, 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 7. So 1 by y is a danger part. That's why we keep it on left hand side. Rest you take on right hand side. Understood, everybody? They forgot, baby. Very good. Sin inverse x is a mistake. Done. Good. Very good. Next one. Okay. So x equal to 1 comma 2. So 2 comma 7. Next one. Only 2 ordered pairs will be there. Same. Before I proceed, okay, so I'll tell you sin inverse of sin x graph. Okay, this is sin inverse of sin x graph. I'll tell you 2 methods. 3 methods are there, of course. This is pi. This is 2 pi. This is 3 pi. And this is 4 pi. This is minus pi by 2. This is plus pi by 2. This is 3 pi by 2. And this is 5 pi by 2. And this is 7 pi by 2. Clear? So what we observe is sin inverse of sin x is equal to x in the interval minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. This is equal to pi minus x in the interval pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. And this is equal to x minus 2 pi when 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2. Alternate you can observe. Then it becomes, this becomes 3 pi minus x when x lies between 5 pi by 2 and 7 pi by 2. Okay. So if you observe this, this is 3 pi will be 10 here. So what will be the answer? 3 pi minus 10. If you can remember this way, another shortcut is there. This is the sin x graph. We all know this is pi, this is 2 pi, this is 3 pi, and this is 10. You draw equivalent value. Equivalent value is negative. It must be in principal angle. I told you sin inverse x always lies between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So this width is 10 minus 3 pi. Same width it is, but negative. Therefore, we write 3 pi minus 10. Anyway, you can understand. Okay. So x, pi minus x, x minus 2 pi, 3 pi minus x, and so on. Alternately, you can see This is slope 1, slope minus 1, slope 1, slope minus 1, slope 1, slope minus 1, like that. X, pi minus x, x minus 2 pi, 3 pi minus x, like that. So these are the only two methods are there. One more method is also there. 10. 10 is nearer to which one? After 3 pi it comes. Okay. One more method is also there. I'll explain you. Sine 10 is nothing but 3 pi plus alpha. This can also be written as 2 pi plus alpha. So one round is over. Sine pi plus alpha. But it is little difficult to understand. Okay. So best method is this only. And very easy to remember. X, pi minus x, x minus 2 pi, 3 pi minus x, like that. And graphically also very easy. This width is 10 minus 3 pi. Equivalent width will be here, which is lying in the principal angle. Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Therefore, this is 3 pi minus 10. Any doubt, please tell. Okay, I'll explain once again. Please, all of you concentrate. Minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 is x. From pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, it is pi minus x. You can write the line equation also. Slope is minus 1, passes through pi comma 0. You get pi minus x only. Savita, I'm in class. Savita, I'm in class. Okay. So this is 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. Okay. 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2. This is again passes through 2 pi. Therefore, x minus 2 pi. Again, this is minus 1 slope. So 3 pi minus x. From pi by 2 to x is less than 7 pi by 2. Okay. This is clear. And this again, this will be again, next part will become x minus 4 pi. Clear? Or another method is, this is pi, this is 2 pi, this is 3 pi. This will be the 10. After 3 pi, 10 will come. Equivalent value is here. So this width is nothing but you get 3 pi minus 10 because it is negative. Depend upon where the value of x is. Some student asks x equal to 9. 9 will be here. 9 will be here. So in the interval 5 pi by 2 to 7 pi by 2. 5 by 2, 7 pi by 2. So you write 3 pi minus 9. 3 pi minus 9. That will be positive. Everything will come, baby. Don't worry. That also will come. Any doubt? Done? Graph, please remember. Sine inverse of sine x. Any number, nearest number, you know all 2 pi, 3 pi. Suppose you want to locate 5. Where will be 5? 5 will be just before 2 pi, 5 will be here. This is 5. 2 pi is how much? 6 point something. So 5 will be here. So it is lying between 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. 3 pi 2. So you write 5 minus 2 pi. Because it is negative axis, x is negative here. This is origin. This x is negative. So this becomes 3 pi minus 10. No. It's in radians. Can I move to the next problem? Now it's clear? Good. So again, a good problem. What we do is cos inverse x plus cos inverse y is equal to pi minus cos inverse z. The formula we know, cos pi minus x is equal to minus cos x. Similarly, cos inverse pi minus cos inverse z is equal to minus cos inverse z. Okay. So cos inverse of minus z, cos inverse of minus z. Cos inverse of minus z is pi minus cos inverse x. So this will give you cos inverse of minus z is equal to cos inverse x plus cos inverse y. Any doubt in this? Now we apply cos both sides. Cos of cos inverse x plus cos inverse y is equal to cos of cos inverse minus z. Cos a plus b formula. You studied in LKG. Cos a plus b is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So what happens this one? cos of cos inverse x into cos of cos inverse y minus sine of cos inverse x into sine of cos inverse y is equal to minus z. So this will give you x, y minus under root of 1 minus x square, under root of 1 minus y square equal to minus z. Because we studied cos inverse x equal to sine inverse under root of 1 minus x square. I taught in the first problem. Cos inverse y is sine inverse under root of 1 minus y square. So this becomes xy plus z is equal to under root of 1 minus x square into under root of 1 minus y square. Square both sides, we get our required result, C option. Square both sides, you get a required result. I'll square here. We get x square y square plus z square plus 2xyz is equal to 1 minus x square minus y square plus x square y square. These two will cancel. We get our required result. So what is the formula used? Cos pi minus x is equal to minus cos x, because second quadrant cos is negative. Pi minus cos inverse z is cos inverse minus z. Yes, don't be scared here. There, we are arranging one marathon race on 19th February. All formulas and concepts, 6 hours for all stages. That will build your confidence. In Diksha Link Street only. Okay, we'll inform you prior. Time also, everything will inform you. Okay, can I move next one? I think 19th February we are planning it. We'll let you know. Obviously, Nitin, you are my inspiration. Okay, next problem. Okay, next. Seventh one is a simple question, but lot of students do mistake. Sine inverse root 3 by 2 is equal to pi by 3. Sine inverse 1 by root 2 is pi by 4. So if you add these two, we get pi by 3 plus pi by 4 will give you 7 pi by 12. But it is greater than pi by 2. It is greater than pi by 2. So you have to bring into principal angle. This can be written as pi minus 5 pi by 12 is equal to 7 pi by 2. 7 pi by 12. Okay. So you have to write pi minus sine inverse root 3 by 2 plus this will come. Option B. How it works? I'll show you. Sine inverse, this is root 3 by 2 into 1 by root 2 plus 1 by 2 into 1 by root 2. It is sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Okay. So why I'm taking pi minus? Because it is going beyond pi by 2. So you have to bring into principal angle, because sine pi minus theta and sine theta both are same. So answer will be pi minus sine inverse root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. Pi minus sine inverse sine of A plus B. Okay. So this will equal you pi minus 7 pi by 12. A plus B is pi 12. Will give you 5 pi by 12. If you see the graph of sine also, so this is 7 pi by 12 is same as 5 pi by 12. This is 7 pi by 12. This is 5 pi by 12. And this is pi by 2. Both have equivalent values. So that's why we write pi minus. Whenever it is going beyond pi by 2, we always write pi minus. Another important formula, we know Sine minus pi minus theta is equal to sine theta. I'll repeat once again. Whenever you two angles are measured and it is goes beyond pi by 2, then you have to write pi minus theta. We got 7 pi by 12. So we write pi minus 5 pi by 12 will give you 7 pi by 12. So we write pi minus theta. Second last step says that, see, pi minus theta is sine pi minus theta is same as sine theta. If you tick this answer, this will give you 7 pi by 12, which is greater than pi by 2. Because pi minus must become, because it lies in principal angle. So therefore, pi minus 7 pi by 12 will give you 5 pi by 12, which is less than pi by 2. Because 7 pi by 12 is equivalent value is 5 pi by 12. Why so we are talking? Because sine inverse x lies between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Any doubt still? No. Good. Next one. Okay. So again, a very interesting problem. 2 sine inverse under root of formula, it won't be eligible here. X into x minus 1. Which problem you are talking? Plus cos inverse under root of x into x minus 1 equal to 3 pi by 2. Observe here very carefully. Okay, I'll check it. Observe here very carefully. So sine inverse x. X lies between minus 1 to plus 1. Maximum value is 1. So it is only possible when x equal to 0 or x equal to 1. So 2 sine inverse 1 plus cos inverse 0 will give you 2 into pi by 2 plus pi by 2, which will give you 3 pi by 2. Okay. So two possibilities are there, 0 and 1. Option C. Because the minimum value of this one is 1. Remaining all values are more than 1. So it must always lies between minus 1 is less than equal to x is less than equal to 1. Okay. Any doubt? No other value will satisfy because the minimum value of sine inverse under root of x into x minus 1 plus 1 is 1. So it can't go beyond that. Okay. Understood, everybody? अरे I'll check गुप्ता जी, घबराओ नहीं गुप्ता जी. Gupta ji, when you add it up formula, you will get the answer. But what if that answer is coming beyond pi by 2? So you have to put pi minus. Simple logic. Okay. It's a simple question. This came in J mains also. Tan inverse. This is x. This is 1 under root of 1 plus x square. Okay. So we'll get this one as sine of cot inverse cos inverse 1 by root 1 plus x square. Next step will be sine cot inverse 1 by under root of 1 plus x square. Again, take a triangle. Cot means base. This 1 plus x square. This will give you root of 2 plus x square. Sine inverse under root of 1 plus x square by root 2 plus x square. We get under root of 1 plus x square by 2 plus x square. Option A. Okay. Second step, see, First of all, we have converted tan inverse to cos inverse by the help of triangle. We got this one. Again, cot inverse we convert into sin inverse. Again, taking the Pythagoras theorem. Because cot means what? Base by perpendicular. So we got hypotenuse. Then we convert from this triangle, we take sin inverse, perpendicular by hypotenuse. Understood? Next one. You got the problem? Arey, Gupta ji, intelligent hai. Next one. What you have to do is tan inverse x is equal to cot inverse 1 by x, and cot inverse x is equal to tan inverse 1 by x. Of course, x is not equal to 0. We apply this one. Tan inverse x plus 1 plus tan inverse 1 by x minus 1 is equal to, take a triangle. This is 4, this is 5, this is 3. Sin inverse 4 by 5 is tan inverse 4 by 3 plus tan inverse 4 by 3. So we get tan inverse x plus 1 plus 1 by x minus 1 by 1 minus x plus 1 by x minus 1 is equal to 2 tan inverse 4 by 3. Next we get tan inverse x square minus 1 plus 1 by, you get x minus 1 minus x minus 2 is equal to 2 tan inverse x is tan inverse 2 into 4 by 3 by 1 minus 16 by 9. We get minus x square by 2 is equal to 4 2s are 8 3s are 8 3s, 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24 by 7 with minus sign. Minus minus will cancel. X square equal to 48 by 7, and we get, this implies x equal to 4 root 3 by 7. Option A. Do it, please. Done. Next one. Yes, this type of questions only come. Little easy questions only they are asking. But your domain and range must be clear. Okay. Here, again, the interesting fact, domain plays. X lies between minus 1 to plus 1. 1 minus x lies between minus 1 to plus 1. So minus 2 is less than equal to minus x is less than equal to 0. Or x lies between 0 to 2. If we take the intersection of these two, we get x lies between 0 to 1. Okay. So you see very carefully, observe 0 if you put sin inverse 0 plus sin inverse 1 is equal to cos inverse 0. 0 plus pi by 2 is equal to pi by 2. So 0 is possible. X equal to 0 is possible. Similarly, you put middle value, because sin inverse 1 by 2 plus sin inverse 1 by 2 is equal to cos inverse 1 by 2. This will give you pi by 6 plus pi by 6, which will give you pi by 3, because it is symmetric. Similarly, if you put 1, sin inverse 1, sin inverse 0 is equal to cos inverse 1. This will give you pi by 2 plus 0 is equal to 0. Not possible. So only two values are possible, x equal to 0 and x equal to 1 by 2. Otherwise, by formula, it will take a lot of time. So you take the endpoints and the middle value because x and 1 minus x is there. So you have to take the middle value also. You have to cross check because sine and cos differs by pi by 2. Sine inverse 0 is 0 na, because sine 0 is 0. What is the other method? You have to write like this: sine inverse x into under root of 1 minus x whole square plus next 1 minus x into under root of 1 minus x square is equal to sine inverse under root of 1 minus x square. Now you have to remove both sign and you have to solve it. So this becomes x into under root of minus 1 minus cancels. You get 2x minus x square plus 1 minus x into under root of 1 minus x square equal to under root of 1 minus x square. Okay. So then further you solve, you'll get the equations. So because root 1 minus x square will cancel. Okay. So we get x common under root of x into 2 minus x minus root 1 minus x square equal to 0. From this we get x equal to 0. Then you have to square it. We get 2x minus x square equal to 1 minus x square. X square will cancel. You get x equal to 1 by 2. I have solved normal method also. Yes, obviously, baby. Sin A plus B formula. Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. This is the formula used. You take the extreme values and you take the middle value. That only I took it. Extreme value take 0. Sin inverse 0, sin inverse 1 equal to cos inverse 0. Now you take half, middle value. Sin inverse 1 by 2, sin inverse 1 by 2 is equal to cos inverse 1 by 2. You take 1. Only two values satisfied, 0 and 1 by 2. Okay, next one. Can I move further? Yes. Now listen very carefully. Whenever different base is given, you change to base E. Log base E sin inverse x is greater than log base E cos inverse x. Of course, divided by log base E 1 by 2 divided by log base E 1 by 2. Log base E 1 by 2 is negative. Log base 1 by 2 is less than 0. When both are negative, take an example. Minus 3 is greater than minus 4. So 3 is less than 4. So same way, if I multiply, we get log base E sin inverse x is less than log base E cos inverse x. So we get sin inverse x is less than cos inverse x. In which interval? I draw both the graphs. This is sin inverse x graph. Minus pi by 2. This is plus pi by 2. And this is equal to 2 and pi r. This is 1 and this is minus 1. Now this is cos inverse x graph. So this is equal to pi. This is pi by 2, of course. So what we observe, I'll take another color. This is the point. So this is 1 by root 2. So what we observe is cos inverse x is greater than sin inverse x. Cos inverse x is greater than sin inverse x in the interval 0 to 1 by root 2, where cos inverse x is greater than sin inverse x. From 1 by root 2 equal to, of course, cos inverse x to 1. In this case, cos inverse x is less than sin inverse x. You can see graphically, less than equal to. Okay, any doubt? So option C is correct. They took the open interval because we have taken less than sign. Okay, when you take less than sign, if you remove this, you have open interval. I'll explain from the starting. So this is the graph of, this is minus pi by 2, this is plus pi by 2, and this is pi. Okay, so it starts from like this. This is sine graph, cos graph I'll draw now. Okay, this is minus 1. What we observe, this graph is more than this graph. So this equivalent value 1 by root 2. Cos inverse 1 by root 2 is also pi by 4. Sin inverse 1 by root 2 is also pi by 4. So this graph is cos inverse x. This graph is sin inverse x. I think you all have understood now. So cos inverse x is greater than sin inverse x whenever x belongs to 0 to 1 by root 2. And cos inverse x is less than sin inverse x whenever x lies between 1 by root 2 to 1. Okay. Any doubt? Again, question, I'll show question. Written? Good. Again, a simple conceptual question. Let me, where is my, used to be here only. Oh, here. Okay. I have to clean glass, that's all. 1 minute. If you see this question, this can be written as, write the formula. Simple way is, sorry, sin inverse x by a equal to alpha minus sin inverse y by b. Take sine both sides. Sine of sin inverse x by a equal to sine of alpha minus sin inverse y by b. You get x by a equal to, I'll take the whiteboard, equal to sin alpha cos sin inverse y by b minus cos alpha sin inverse y by b. So we get x by a equal to sin alpha into under root of 1 minus y square by b square minus cos alpha into y by b. So we bring x by a plus cos alpha into y by b is equal to sin alpha into under root of 1 minus y square by b square. Then we square both sides. We get x square by a square plus cos square alpha into y square by b square plus 2xy cos alpha by ab equal to sin square alpha to 1 minus y square by b square. So it will come this side. We get x square upon a square plus y square upon b square cos square alpha plus sin square alpha a plus 2xy ab. Handwriting is not, so this one, please pardon me. So we get required result x square upon a square y square upon b square plus 2xy ab cos alpha equal to sin square alpha. Please complete it. Purely formula based. See, we studied sin inverse x equal to cos inverse under root of 1 minus x square. Yes, squaring both sides. Which is the third step? See, sin a minus b formula. Sin a minus b is sin a cos b minus cos A sin B. So sin alpha minus cos sin inverse y by b minus cos alpha sin of sin inverse y by b. So cos of sin inverse y by b is under root of 1 minus y square by b square. Cos alpha. Sin inverse sin y by b is, of course, y by b. Any doubt? Any doubt, anybody? No. Options I'll show. Option C will become. Option C. Next one. It's a very interesting problem. Whenever cot inverse x is given, convert into tan inverse. Always remember, it's a tricky problem. If you have done earlier, then only you can do it. This is tan inverse 1 by 2 plus tan inverse 1 by 8 plus tan inverse 1 by 18 tan inverse 1 by 32. So this is nothing but tan inverse 1 by 2 r square. Summation r equal to 1 to n, limit n tending to infinity. If you put r equal to 1, first value, r equal to 2, second value, r equal to 3, third value. Any doubt in this? Limit n tending to infinity. Summation r equal to 1 to n, tan inverse 2 by 4 r square. Multiply by 2, divide by 2. Next step, limit n tending to infinity. Summation r equal to 1 to n. This can be written as tan inverse 2r plus 1 minus 2r minus 1 divided by 1 plus 2r minus 1 into 2r plus 1. You get the same thing, 2 by 4r square. Because 2r minus 2r will cancel, 1 plus 1 will give you 2. 2r minus 1 into 2r plus 1 will give you 4r square minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 will cancel. You get 4r square. So this can be written as limit n tending to infinity. So this is summation r equal to 1 to n tan inverse 2r plus 1 minus tan inverse 2r minus 1. Okay. Now we open the limits. We open the summation, sorry. I'll write this as limit n tending to infinity tan inverse of 1 if you put 3 minus tan inverse 1, first bracket, tan inverse if you put 2, 2 to the 4, tan inverse 5 minus tan inverse 3 and so on, tan inverse 2n plus 1 minus tan inverse 2n minus 1. All terms will cancel. What is left over is limit n tending to infinity tan inverse 2n plus 1 minus tan inverse 1. Tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. Pi by 2 minus pi by 4. Result will be pi by 4. This is the last step. This is step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, step 7. The formula used is tan inverse a minus b plus 1 plus ab equal to tan inverse a minus tan inverse b. 6 and 7. So what happens? All terms will cancel. Tan inverse 2n plus 1 last term minus tan inverse 1 will be left. You can see minus tan inverse c plus tan inverse c. Tan inverse 5 minus tan inverse 5 all will cancel. Last one and first one will be left over. If you put n tending to infinity, tan inverse infinity is pi by 2. Tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. Pi by 2 minus pi by 4 is pi by 4. Last step again. Tan inverse infinity will give you pi by 2. Tan inverse 1 is pi by 4. Pi by 2 minus pi by 4 will give you pi by 4. Because it is infinite series now. Because it's infinite series, first you write the summation in terms of n, then we take infinite. Arey bhai, if it is 2r my plus 1, what is the last term n? Na? You have to put n only here. 2n plus 1 minus 2n minus 1. This n you have to put it here, na? Last one. Okay. Next. Done, everybody? Nice question. Yes, it's also a tricky problem. Before I proceed, sorry. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y by 1 minus xy. Whenever x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, xy is less than 1. Okay. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y equal to tan inverse x plus y by 1 minus xy. X is greater than 0, pi times plus pi. Okay, when xy is greater than 1. Okay, we have to add pi. Same concept here. Pi by 4 plus 0 plus tan inverse 2 plus 3 by 1 minus 2 into 3 plus pi. Because 2 is greater than 0, 3 is greater than 0, and 2 into 3 is greater than 1. So we get pi by 4 plus pi minus tan inverse 1. We get pi by 4 plus pi minus pi by 4. These two will cancel. We get pi. These are the formula 1 and this is formula 2. Okay. Any doubt? Done. Very good. Okay, let's move further. Okay, next one. 16, same way. Tan inverse a by x plus b by x by 1 minus ab by x square equal to pi by 2. Okay. So this will give you tan inverse a by x. This will give you tan pi by 2 will tending to infinity. It means 1 minus a by bx square equal to 0, x equal to root ab. Yes, yes, yes. Any doubt? Okay, next one. I'm typing the homework for you all. You can see the sound also. Okay, next one. This is simple one. Yes, I was about to say ha ha ha. Very good. Please try this one. There's a mistake is also there in this problem. Okay, here what is happening? This can be written as tan inverse a minus b by 1 plus ab plus tan inverse b minus c by 1 plus bc plus tan inverse c minus b by 1 plus ca. What we observe, we can write tan inverse a minus tan inverse b. Whenever a is greater than b, this is tan inverse b minus tan inverse c. Whenever b is greater than c, so a is greater than b, b is greater than c, a must be greater than c now. Here it is c is greater than a. So what we do, pi plus we write. Pi plus we write a minus c by 1 plus ac. So when you open the bracket, you must get the answer pi. They have not given pi. This is the correct option. But they have not given any inequality. Therefore, there is a mistake in this problem. Otherwise, you will get 0. Otherwise, it will get 0. If you open simply tan inverse a minus tan inverse b plus tan inverse B minus tan inverse C, tan inverse C minus tan inverse A, all will cancel, get 0 because they have not given any condition, 0. If they give this condition, then answer will be pi. Okay. If it is C minus A, what is happening? Tan inverse C minus A by 1 plus AC. Correct? So here what is happening? A is greater than C. So this becomes negative. C minus A is less than 0. Clear? C minus A is less than 0. That's why what we do is pi minus tan inverse. We write A minus C by 1 plus AC. Then all will cancel. You have to be pi. Yes, inequality, you must be very careful while applying it. Okay? Because angle must be in the principal angle. Na? Tan lies between minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2. So that's why you have to do pi minus. Next one. As nothing is mentioned, answer is 0. Simple question. X square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to sine and pi. It means x minus 3 into x minus 4 equal to 0. You get x equal to 3 or x equal to 4. (19) there is a mistake is there in the problem. I'll get you tomorrow. Yes, please. A simple one. 3 cos inverse x plus cos inverse x plus sine inverse x equal to pi. 3 cos inverse x plus pi by 2 is equal to pi. 3 cos inverse x equal to pi by 2, or cos inverse x is equal to pi by 6, x equal to root 3 by 2. Yes, that only I wrote, na? X root 3 by 2. Simple one. This one, 2 tan inverse x is equal to tan inverse. Yes, this type of questions are coming. Tan inverse of 1 minus x square. I'll do no problems. This will give you tan inverse 2 cos x by 1 minus cos square x equal to tan inverse 2 by sin x. This will give you 2 cos x by sin square x. Why drawing? Normally you can do na by sin x. 2 and 2 will cancel. You got how much? Cos x sin x is equal to sin square x. Sin x common. We get cos x minus sin x is equal to 0, pi by 4. Okay. Simple one. Why we didn't cancel? Because denominator is there, na? Sin we can't cancel. Because 0, 0. 1 by 0 infinite. Why is not 0? Yes. Because sin 0 will give you infinite. Infinite is not possible here. Basically, you have to write like this. Cos x by sin square x minus 1 by sin x is equal to 0. 1 by sin x common. We get cos x by sin x minus 1 equal to 0. You get cot x equal to 1, x equal to pi by 4. Here also same way, cos inverse of cos x equal to x whenever x lies between 0 to pi. Please remember this. If it is beyond pi, what you have to do, I'll draw the cos inverse of cos x graph. You studied in junior classes. Sorry, LKG, you have drawn a diagram like this. Mountains, in between the sun. You've drawn this or not? This is 0. This is pi. This is 2 pi. This is 3 pi. This is 4 pi. This is 5 pi. And this is 6 pi. Clear? So this is slope is x between 0 to pi. And what is this line equation? Y minus 0 is equal to minus 1. X minus 2 pi. So y is equal to 2 pi minus x. So y is equal to 2 pi minus x, this line equation. So what happens? 33 by pi. Approximately how much week happens? 6 5s are 30. Approximately how much this one? This is 6 5s are 30. 5 point something. 5.5 pi. So it is more than 5 pi. So what is this line? This will be here somewhere. Okay. So this next line will be how much? This is part 2. This is how much? 2 pi minus x. This will be obeying y is equal to slope is 1, x minus 2 pi. So y is equal to x minus 2 pi. Similarly, like this you have to do it. Okay. 6.655. 6.65 pi. Clear? Another easy method, I'll tell you. This can also be written as 6 pi plus 3 pi by 5 is equal to cos. Okay, this is easy method. Cos 6 5 is a 30. 6 pi means 3 rounds are over. 1, 2, 3. So this is cos 3 pi by 5. So now you apply cos inverse cos 3 pi by 5. You get answer 3 pi by 5. This is simple method. Cos 6 pi plus 3 pi by 5 will give you cos 3 pi by 5. You have to bring in the principal angle between 0 to pi. So this becomes cos 6 means 3 rounds are over. Cos 3 pi by 6. So cos inverse of cos 3 pi by 6 is 3 pi by 5. Got it? Good. 7 pi by 5 also. But it is going beyond pi now. You have to be in 0 to pi only. Principal angle. 3 pi by 5 lies between 0 to pi. You have to bring into principal angle. Cos inverse x lies between 0 to pi. Why we take negative, baby? Cos inverse x is always positive. 0 to pi. Okay. Next one. Any doubt? 22. Simple problem. Tan inverse x plus cot inverse, cot inverse x equal to pi by 2. Tan inverse x, tan inverse x plus cot inverse x equal to pi by 2. Tan inverse y plus cot inverse y is also pi by 2. You add it. Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y, cot inverse x, pi. Correct? So tan inverse plus tan inverse y is 4 pi by 5 plus cot inverse x plus cot inverse y is equal to pi. So we get cot inverse x plus cot inverse y, pi minus 4 pi by 5. Pi by 5. Any doubt? Simple one. Okay, next one. You can substitute both of that's also correct. Here plays a very important role. Domain plays very important role. In the case of sine inverse x lies between -1 to +1. That is for the sine inverse x. -1 is less than x is less than 1. for cos inverse x, and for tan inverse x, it lies between minus infinity to plus infinity for tan inverse x. But if we take the intersection, we get x lies between minus 1 to plus 1. So what we do? Pi by 2 plus tan inverse x. So minimum value, you pi by 2 minus pi by 4 will give you pi by 4. Pi by 2 plus tan 3 pi by 4. So we get k equal to pi by 4 and 3 pi by 4. Okay. So common domain is the concept. X lies between minus 1 to plus 1. So pi by 2 plus tan inverse minus 1 lowest value. They'll give you pi by 4. Pi by 2 plus tan inverse 1 will give the highest value. Will give you 3 pi by 4.